I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, good evening, everyone. We have a very busy agenda, so we're not going to delay any further. We have 5 different presentations tonight, and to start off the first one, I'll invite up Silas Wood Principal, Mr. Stephen Toto.
Yay.
Pause it. All right. Just gonna wait a second. Hi, guys. You're never this quiet. Anthony, did you wipe the trumpet off? Good. Frank, let me know when you're. Frank, let me know when you're ready. Say a joke. Come on. Everybody ready for the holidays? You have your Santa wish list? Jane Samuel's back making an appearance tonight. Come on. Come on. I know it. She puts me in my place every morning. All right, you ready? All right, good evening, everyone. This year when Ms. Caliendo called and asked for Silas to participate, I always jumped at the December board meeting because it's the holiday time, and I know Mr. Cannella does an amazing job getting the kids prepared for our winter concert, which is next Tuesday night. So if you're around, stop by Whitman. But I always say I have the best office space and the best office area because it's right down the hallway from the music department. So not only am I hearing the band, but I get the chorus and the strings, and I get to watch them kind of transform from September until December, and then even better when they get to the spring concert. But I'm super proud of you guys tonight. Mr. Cannella is always our band director, and I'm going to hand it over to him.
Play Holiday Rock's little holiday medley, different songs. Please enjoy.
Thank you, Mr. Cannella. Great job. One more round of applause. Thank you. Merry Christmas. We got one more video.
No, just drop it. Okay, good. Good, how are you? Good.
All right, good evening. Everyone can take their seats for our next presentation. Oh. All right, while we're waiting for Stimson Middle School to set up with their presentation, I want to... Mr. Scragg. Fred. All right, while we wait for Stimson Middle School to present, which will be a recap of their great 60th anniversary and high hold celebration, I want to do a special recognition for 3 individuals who were quick thinking and heroic and whose very important actions saved a life. Tonight, we gather as a school community to honor members of our staff who stepped up in a moment that called for courage, compassion, and decisive action. On November 2nd, 2025, Waltman High School played host to the Suffolk County Class A Girls Soccer Championship game, which was between Sayville High School and Bayport Blue Point High School. Just prior to the start of the game, a call came in of a woman in distress in the parking lot across our 2-way radio. It was in those critical moments when every second mattered that members of our own staff stepped forward without hesitation. The quick and decisive actions of John DiGiacomo, teacher at Stimson Middle School, Pete White, athletic director, and Angela Rizzi of Owen & Cohen were crucial in the life-saving efforts on this day. Because of the heroic actions of these individuals, because they were willing to act quickly, confidently, and selflessly, a life was saved. On behalf of everyone here, the South Huntington School District, and the Board of Education, I want to thank each of you for your courage, your quick thinking, and your unwavering commitment to helping others. Thank you very much, Mr. DiGiacomo, Mr. White, and Mr. Rizzi. We have proclamations for each of you on behalf of the Board of Education. Mr. DiGiacomo, would you like to come first? Mr. Rizzi? And finally, Mr. White. take a picture with the Board of Education. That's how it's done. Let's be focused. This is so cool. One more round of applause. Thank you. All right, we'll bring in Stimson Middle School as we get set up now for a very special performance. Yes, see you soon. You'll introduce him. All right, and to introduce tonight's event and performance, I'll turn it over to Stimson Middle School Principal, Mr. Michael Duggan.
Good evening, Mr. Ciapetta and the Board of Education, Dr. D'Elia, and our administrative cabinet. Thank you so much for allowing me the time to present a truly wonderful event that occurred at Stimson last month. Our theme at Stimson this year is Celebrate, as we mark the 60th anniversary of Stimson Middle School. What better way to celebrate that milestone than through one of the highlights on the Stimson calendar, the High Hold Games. As some of you remember, we presented at the board last year. It was a wonderful presentation. We held our inaugural High Hold Games to mark the centennial celebration of the district. The High Hold Games are a nod to the past and a way to have a little bit of fun today in the present. Tonight, I'd like to share with you some of the fun we had on November 7th, which included a pep rally, a time capsule, a re-envisioning of our school conference room, as well as the High Hold Games. Speaking of November 7th, maybe some of you remember, it was an incredibly windy and cold day. That seems to be the theme of High Hold on those High Hold dates, because the last 2 years we've had incredibly cold and windy days. You'll notice in the pictures I show in a few moments that we're all bundled up in coats and hats. Okay. Because of the fierce wind, our wonderful jazz choir did not sound as excellent as they normally do, as the wind did a true number on our microphones. Tonight, I'm so happy to introduce the Stimson Jazz Choir for your enjoyment as they perform in a more ideal setting. Please join me in welcoming the Stimson Jazz Choir, directed by the wonderful Miss Orlando.
At our second annual High Hold Games last month, we celebrated the 60th anniversary of the founding of Stimson Middle School in 1965. If you turned on your radio back then, you probably would have heard this song. It's since become a famous Beatles classic called Drive My Car from the breakthrough album Rubber Soul. But we're not quite sure if Henry L. Stimson was that into Beatlemania.
With all the celebrating of Stimson Middle School, we have to take a moment to thank the people who spend every day supporting and celebrating all of the students at Stimson, and that would be our fabulous teachers and administrators. Tonight, let's thank the Stimson admin team, Mrs. Keating, Mr. DeMartinez, Mr. Tomio, and of course, Mr. Duggan.
Once again, Miss Orlando and the Stimson Jazz Choir. Wonderful job, guys. And Luciano, thank you for giving me an update on the Ranger game. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Come on, I get this one thing. Thank you, guys. Yes, yes, go Rangers. Let's go. Islanders. Nice job, guys. All right, thank you, everyone. So the High Hold Games and all the fun we had that day was due to the dedication of our staff and students. A special thank you goes to all the folks that helped make our event on November 7th memorable. In education, we often talk about, it takes a village. At Stimson, we really are that village. We have a lot of people that get involved in everything that we do. We have a ton of buy-in in all of the great ways that we try to build positivity in our building. So this is just a few folks that helped us with that day on our committee. I can't thank you enough. You know how much I care. Again, can't thank you enough. But moving on a little bit. So our day began with a celebration of our student athletes. At the beginning of the school year, our SBM committee decided they would like to add to our theme of celebration through a pep rally. We haven't had a pep rally in Stimson in a really long time, so we thought this was a really great way to bring in a little bit more of that celebration. A special thank you to DJ Mike for helping us kick off a really wonderful afternoon and really setting the tone for a fantastic day. Our day really was filled with a ton of games, thinking about our athletes. We added things like the Whitney Challenge, which only Miss Keating was able to get, so thank you, Miss Keating, great job. And then a newly formed game, which I think we have trademarked, called the 6-7 Challenge. I know, only once. After the pep rally and the opening of the High Hold Games, we invited the cabinet and board into our newly renovated conference room. In the conference room, they were greeted, turn the page, Mike, with a time capsule from 2005. Interestingly, during one of our committee planning meetings, we unearthed a document from Principal Faye Robbins. She spoke about a time capsule somewhere in the building. Our committee members have very foggy memories. They knew there was a time capsule, they couldn't tell us exactly where it was. So the admin team went on a wild goose chase for a couple of days. Miss Orlando first gave us a little bit of a hint of where the time capsule would be. It was right in her SGI room. There was a little tiny metal box on the wall. We said, it's gotta be in there. We opened the box, nothing but dust. Okay. So I saw that room and I go, I know there's another room behind the forum that looks just like this. So I went into that room. Lo and behold, nothing. There was, however, a whiteboard connected to the wall, and I said, it's gotta be behind the whiteboard. So I went to Mr. Joe Dialto, our head custodian, I said, Joe, take down the board, please. It's gonna be back there. He took down the board, and it was just concrete. So one day, actually a couple of days, Mr. Tomio and I went around searching the building. And I had a little light bulb moment. I said, I know there's a closet that has a lot of stuff in it. There's stuff up against the wall. So we went in there, he and I. There was a ton of boxes along the wall. And I said, it's gotta be back there. We started moving things. Lo and behold, we found a metal door. At the very same time, somebody called me on the radio and I had to run off. I said, James, you got this. Open it up. I went, and a few minutes later, I got the Mr. Duggan, jackpot, which was music to my ears. So we found the capsule from 2005. It was on the cornerstone of Stimson Middle School behind the forum wall. On the dusty time capsule was written, do not open until 2015. It's 2025, guys. So a little whoops, sorry. It's a little late, but we found it. We decided to open up the time capsule before the High Hold event and display it in our conference room. We also decided to add to it, and we'll be resealing a new and improved time capsule for another 15 years, marking the 75th anniversary of Stimson Middle School. Thank you to Dr. Murphy for helping us out with that new time capsule. So here are just a few pictures of the conference room that day. You'll see in the left-hand side, we have 2005 items and 2025 items. We're happy to be adding the District Teacher of the Year picture, Stimson Middle School again, just saying. Just our very own Justin Gravino will be going into the time capsule as our 2025 Stimson and District Teacher of the Year. Before we left the conference room to join the games, we had a very special visitor from the past. Last year, we had someone special visit us as well. It was Henry L. Stimson came to speak at the High Hold Games. Well, an AI version of Henry L. Stimson. Needless to say, he was really great. I want to thank Brian Thomas for his help last year bringing us Henry L. Stimson. This year, we were met by another special guest, also thanks to Brian Thomas. Someone that visited the shiny and brand new, technologically advanced model of education in 1965. This person visited our doors back in 1965. Please join me in welcoming AI Governor Nelson Rockefeller.
Good afternoon, friends, students, teachers, and proud members of the South Huntington community. I find myself deeply moved to be here today. Nearly 60 years ago, in 1965, I had the privilege of walking through these doors as governor of New York. The paint was fresh, the classrooms gleamed, and there was an air of excitement in the hallways. Even then, I sensed that Stimson Middle School was destined to be something more than just another school. It was going to be a cornerstone of this community. And here we stand, 6 decades later, and I am in awe. This building has held on to its originality, preserving the spirit of 1965, yet it has also welcomed the modern age with grace. What truly amazes me, though, is not only the school itself, but the people, the students, the staff, and the families who have made sure that Stimson remains as special today as it was on the day it opened. The man for whom this school is named, Henry L. Stimson, stood for service, character, and a sense of responsibility to one another. The High Hold Games you celebrate this afternoon carry that same spirit forward: community, competition, and joy. It is a tradition worthy of his name. I must pause to recognize the incredible work of those who have made this anniversary celebration possible. Principal Mr. Duggan has given his heart and energy to every detail. Alongside him, Mr. Tomeo, Mrs. Keating, and Mr. DeMartinez have worked tirelessly to bring this vision to life. Their dedication reflects the very best of Stimson. So I wish you, the students, the staff, and this entire community, nothing but the best as you celebrate today, and as you look ahead to the next 60 years of learning, growth, and pride. And before I leave you, well, I've been told the whole world has gone mad over the numbers 6 and 7. And I suppose you all know why 6 was afraid. Because 7, 8, 9, some things never change. Congratulations, Stimson Middle School, on 60 remarkable years. May the future shine even brighter.
Thank you, Governor Rockefeller. Finally this evening, a few photos of the High Hold Games and the fun that we had. It was really a fantastic event. I want to thank the board and the cabinet for joining us that day. You can see how cold everybody was. Mrs. LaCara, I don't know if you've warmed up yet. It was a pretty cold day. I was holding onto the podium because the wind was so strong I couldn't even read what I had written. But it was a wonderful event. You'll see here we were presented by the PTA with a birthday cake, which went in about 5 minutes. We had 2 huge cakes. Everyone gobbled that up. It was really beautifully done. I can't thank the PTA enough. They're such a wonderful support. And we have on the bottom right, Miss Orlando battling through with the jazz choir. The wind was really whipping and the mics were all the way up and everyone was saying, are they singing? They were singing. It was just such a loud wind that day. And then we moved over into the conference room, took a nice big picture to show all of the items from the time capsule. And then the fun. Mr. Balicki gets really into the High Hold Games. He enjoys the barrel races. He has a lot of kids that come and help. We had pickleball and volleyball, tons of student volunteers, tons of staff volunteers to help out and make the day wonderful. We had fun everywhere. And we ended our night with our annual flag football game, and I'm very happy to announce that the pink team won for the 2nd annual flag football game. I want to send out a special shout out to the Garrido family for donating a really wonderful High Hold Cup that, again, they helped us last year and they supported us this year through it. So I just want to thank everyone and truly thank my sincere thank you to the PTA, the board, and the cabinet for the tremendous support you give us every single day. Thank you so much for your time.
That's good, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Duggan. Great job. All right. Yeah, we can sit. All right, now we move on to the audit report, just as exciting. Mr. Nelson from R.S. Abrams to give us the financial state of the district. Welcome.
Bear with me for one moment.
Good evening, everyone. Members of the board, my name is Brendan Nelson. I'm a partner at RS Abrams. We are the district's external auditors, so we're the ones that are performing their annual financial statement audit. I'm here tonight to give a brief overview of the recently completed financial statement audit for the fiscal year ending June 30th of 2025. I do want to preface this brief summary by informing the board that we did meet with the audit committee back on October 14th. We met with them in person. We discussed the financial statements and the results of the audit in detail, answered any questions that they had. So I do want to make that known to you all. So as any previous year, there's 4 total documents that are issued as part of the audit. You have your basic financial statements of the district, which is that massive 80+ page document. There is a second standalone financial statement over the district's extra classroom activity clubs. Those are your student activity clubs. So 2 different financial statements that are issued each year. And then there are 2 communication letters that we issue to management and to the board. So as always, we'll start off with the ultimate opinions that we issued and opined on those financial statements. So on both the basic financial statements and the extra classroom financial, the district received what's referred to as unmodified opinions. That's basically what's referred to as a clean opinion. It's the best opinion that you can expect to receive. And what that means is through our audit procedures, we were able to obtain a sufficient level of assurance that the financial statements as they are constructed are free of material misstatement. We also want to note that we did not identify any significant deficiencies or weaknesses in the district's internal controls. So the district did also receive a clean opinion on their Yellow Book opinion, which is another opinion we give in the back of the financial statement on the district's internal controls surrounding financial reporting. We do want to quickly mention overall the books were in great shape for us when we came out to perform the year-end audit, which allowed for a smooth, effective, and efficient audit. So we do want to thank Mike Conway and the rest of his team in the business office for all their hard work and cooperation. Just a quick little tidbit on the actual financial state of the district. So one topic we like to discuss is the general fund unassigned fund balance. This is essentially what's referred to as your savings account that you have in your main operating fund. So for June 30th, 25, the district did end the year with $8.9 million in their unassigned fund balance within that general fund, and that represents 4% of the subsequent year's budget, your 25-26 total budget, and that is the maximum allowable amount that a district in New York State can have in that unassigned fund balance in accordance with the property tax law here in New York State. The reason I mention that is typically most districts do strive to maintain that 4% level. That's usually a good sign of a district that has a strong balance sheet and is in a good, stable financial position. So just to wrap things up, all in all, in my professional opinion, this is a very positive audit report that the district is receiving and one that the district and the board can be proud of. If anyone has any questions or comments, I'd be more than happy to talk through them with you all.
Thank you, Mr. Nelson. Mr. Bronson, did you want to add anything?
No, again, just to emphasize that we've had a nice run as far as positive reports. I've been doing this for, I think about an audit committee, maybe 11 years, maybe longer at this point, but always positive to get a good report. And as you mentioned, we do really strive from a district to kind of get to that 4%. So I was happy about that. And you also had noted, which I also wanted to thank Mr. Conway and his team, because I know that that's what makes an audit go smoothly, and that's definitely helps the process. So thanks to them as well. But no, other than that, as was mentioned, the audit committee met on the 14th. Ms. Clark and I were both present, as well members of the community that are on the audit committee. We went through it, and everybody was comfortable with the report being in good shape.
Thank you, Mr. Bronson. Thank you as well, Ms. Clark, for your service on the audit committee. Mr. Nelson, thank you. Any other questions from the board on the state of financials? Thank you. We have a couple items we'll be adopting later on this, so thank you. And
All right,
happy
thank you.
holidays.
Have a great night, everyone.
All right, moving on to our last presentation, but a very exciting one. This is, as you all know, next year is going to be a monumental year for South Huntington. We're going to be opening up a standalone universal pre-K program, which we are incredibly excited about. And we know we've had it, but now we're going to put a little description as to what exactly it's going to look like from the times of the day to the program to what we're actually going to offer. And to present, we have Dr. William Hender, Assistant Superintendent, K-6 Elementary, as well as Mrs. Renee Shum, wearing two hats, the new Silas Wood Pre-K Center Principal and Birchwood Intermediate Assistant Principal. Welcome.
Here it is. Thank you, Mr. Ciapetta. Good evening, members of the Cabinet, Board of Education, Dr. D'Elia, and of course our South Huntington community. We have all our technical difficulties worked out there. We had a little issue. We see it down here now. We're all good to go. Thank you, Mr. Monty. It is my distinct pleasure this evening to be presenting, as Mr. Ciapetta just said, a monumental project that we've been working on for, well, a little over 2 years now. And, you know, we are very excited for our Silas Wood Pre-K Center. And joining me this evening is our newly appointed principal of our UPK Center, Mrs. Renee Shum. So I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Shum, and we're going to tag team this presentation together and really show you what it's like to be a UPK student in South Huntington come the 26-27 school year, which is right around the corner.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much it is an absolute honor and privilege to stand here and discuss a project that Dr. Hender just mentioned is a long-term project, and to be appointed as the principal of the new pre-K building is very exciting. So we wanted to discuss with you a few of our goals, our mission, and our vision for the program. We see the mission of the pre-K center as a place where we can provide a safe, nurturing, and inclusive environment that really embraces the whole child. We are teaching children how to be friends, how to manage emotions, how to take risks, and how to be part of a community. We're building brains through purposeful connections and evidence-based play. Our goal is to also implement a curriculum that is cognitively challenging, yet developmentally appropriate, ensuring that children fall in love with the process of learning. So we're very excited as we begin to plan the steps to take to be ready for the start of our school year. One of the things we are planning right now is the staggered starting and ending times of the school day. This will provide families with opportunities to look at their schedules and to help with them to best support them, and also to avoid any traffic issues. Our goal is to ensure that every single transition from the car seat to the classroom door is calm, supervised, and secure. We will also be offering before and school after at a reasonable cost.
Thank you. So what would a presentation be without some curriculum, an exciting curriculum knowledge of that? First and foremost, the social emotional learning for our students is very important. So we're going to be obviously working with our students as we currently do, but we'll also be working on providing more opportunities for them to really work on those friendships and collaboration amongst each other. And having everyone in one building will really ensure that we have that real sense of family that we all love so much here in South Huntington. Part of the learning that will occur will obviously be play-based. We know we have our 3- and 4-year-olds that will be in this program, just about to turn 4. So we're very excited for them as they explore and also engage in literacy activities. So the literacy piece is part of the practice. Mrs. Shum has already guaranteed and is very excited to go in and read many stories to our UPK students. In fact, on the last slide, there was a picture of her already working with students because we had the opportunity to go down there and see our students, and they were able to interact, and Mrs. Shum was an absolute natural, of course. Along that, we're always building those cognition skills.
The health of our students, really working on those motor skills, those gross motor skills, as well as those fine motor skills as we work on our coloring activities, but also our play activities, such as going outside to our playgrounds. As you will see a little bit later in the presentation, there's a lovely picture of our brand new playground at Silas Wood, and we will be adding another one to the back of Silas Wood so that we are able to accommodate all of our UPK students, and they will all have an opportunity to have play within their day. And of course, the arts are an important piece, a way of expression for our UPK students, so we're going to really promote that within our classrooms. There'll be many opportunities and many projects coming home that will be able to be hung on refrigerators throughout the district. Oh, I got one more. All right. So really, in sum, our play-based learning approach, but we are also incorporating our Savis 3 Cheers for UPK program, which will be our curriculum that we will be following and which ties in nicely with our Savis My View program, which is what our kindergarten through 5th grade students participate in, and then in 6th grade it turns to My Perspectives. So we will have a lovely transition. The students will come in, they'll be immersed in some of the routines, and it should lead to a very nice environment for our kindergarten teachers as those students go through UPK and then go to kindergarten. They'll already know a lot of the routines and established practices that we have. And of course, as with any of our instruction throughout the district, there's always differentiation throughout, making sure that we are able to meet the students at their needs. So whether it's our general education students or our students who may have some special needs, we will be able to accommodate them through differentiation and ensure that they are learning as well.
For many of our families, we realize that pre-K is the entryway into the first steps of their educational career. We know that it's also a very nerve-wracking time for some parents as they leave their children for the first time. So engaging families in the program, communicating openly with our families, being available at any time for them is going to really help us to get to that first step of their educational career. We look forward to hosting some evening events where we can get families in, get them set up on technology so we can best meet the needs of communication with everyone that is involved.
And then, of course, what does the day look like for our UPK students? So we did put a sample schedule up there for everyone to view. Obviously, our arrival, as Mrs. Shum has talked about, having those staggered start times will allow our support staff as well to help with that transition from the car seat into the school building, as we have witnessed many times. Our students, those first couple of days of school, have a little difficulty transitioning, but after that, we see nothing but smiles and as they run through the door and get ready to go into the classroom. So we're looking forward to that. Our morning meeting is another area where our students will have that opportunity to really work on those socialization skills. That's where we'll be doing those calendar type activities, and of course, our playground, or on days when the weather is inclement, we will be able to utilize the gymnasium as well. So that's something that we're looking as we schedule our day, having that opportunity for our students. Snack, always important. Our literacy centers is another area where our students will learn and work on all of those pre-reading strategies and skills that we really look to encourage our students. And I know the kindergarten teachers are very excited about being able to hopefully have many more students coming into our kindergarten program that have experienced our UPK program, since we'll be allowing all of our students to participate. Lunch, of course, we'll have our lunch. Lunch is very unique at the pre-K level. It is a family-style lunch. We will be using the cafeteria, and we're very excited about that because it will allow for other classes to see each other, and also obviously that modeling of behaviors, and really work on those aspects as well. Recommended best practice says that we should have some rest period in there too. And then a special. We are currently working on what those specials would look like at different levels, whether it's what we call PE, maybe movement for our younger learners. We could have a music type atmosphere in class. So we're really working on defining what those will look like and how we'll be able to schedule those throughout the course of the day. Our centers throughout the day, some of them, as you can see in some of our slides right there, are everything from building and inquisitive learning to looking at different listening type activities and areas where students can cut, color, draw, and do all of those things as well. Our math and STEM centers, and of course our dismissal. So it will be a nice, robust day for all of our UPK students. And as Mrs. Shum mentioned, we will have before and after care opportunities for all of our students that need to take that piece on as well. Ms. Shum, anything you want to add about our scheduled day?
No, so one of the things we do know about 4-year-olds is that they need structure and they thrive on predictability. So having a schedule such as this or an example of something like this will be very important throughout the day, and having that uniform throughout our classrooms will also be very, very critical.
Great. I think you're up.
So when we talk about best practices for our young learners, we know that many children, not just 4-year-olds, will come home from school and their families will ask them what they did and they'll say nothing. Or they'll say that they played, but we know that it's much more than that, and especially at the pre-K level. Studies show that 90% of our critical brain growth is before the age of 5. So that's why pre-K is so crucial to the beginning learning phases of our students. Being able to plan for purposeful play and being able to have all of our teachers in the same building, being able to collaborate with one another and share materials and supplies and ideas will be a real benefit to them as well as our students. So engaging in developmentally appropriate activities, as Dr. Hender mentioned, having access to the gymnasium for gym, and also inclusivity, making sure that all of our activities and our learning centers are inclusive. Same thing with our best practices for our families and our communications. We often say that we like to involve parents. It's very important that they are part of this family community. This will be their first step in that community, and we want to make sure that we are there to support those families with anything that they need. So we want to develop partnerships right away and right from the start. We're looking forward to having them come in and see the center when it's ready, creating a very safe space for them that we're working on already, and again, that inclusivity piece as well.
And just to jump in there, go back one slide for a sec. Try it. Nope. All right. This one? There we go. All right. Under the inclusivity is something very exciting that we are announcing is the Little Estudiantes program. And that will be our sprinkling of Spanish learning throughout all of the classrooms throughout the day. So we really think that it's an opportunity for our students as they are developing their language skills to also be exposed to some of that Spanish language. And this will also hopefully promote our dual language program and all the work that we've done and all the way up with Ms. Kavanaugh in terms of our dual language and our seal of biliteracy. So we're really hoping to get that off the ground. And the name we've come up with so far is the Little Estudiantes. So we're very excited about that.
So assessment in the pre-K building, what does that look like? So assessment is something that students are unaware of at this level. It means the teacher's on the floor. They're playing with them. They're asking them inquisitive questions. They're learning about them. They're taking notes. And then they're changing their instruction based on the needs of their students, just like we do in every other grade, but we're learning so much about them that's developmental to that age. That's very important. So assessment is done throughout the day in every aspect of the schedule that we've talked about, from snack time to socialization, social emotional learning, through dramatic play, watching children. You really learn a lot about them that way. So observation is critical into assessing our students.
And of course, our students will, as New York State requires, they will be assessed twice a year utilizing the speed dial. And we will be starting that actually in just 2 slides when I tell you when registration opens. But we will be doing that first speed dial prior to their entry into UPK so that we really have a great sense of where each student is. So currently that's done during the month of October. We're going to fast track that a little bit and have it done prior to their arrival in September. And that should help ensure that our classes are well-rounded throughout each of the 15 potential classrooms that we would have within this building. And one of the most exciting pieces, well, for me, is the professional development piece, and having the opportunity now that all of our teachers, regardless of whether they are from a community-based organization, a CBO, such as SCOPE or the YMCA, or our own South Huntington teachers, they are all working together and having that professional development under the same roof, being able to make sure that our workshops have all those latest strategies. We're able to really work on the best practices. We know New York State has had us really focus on the literacy component with the attestation that starts with our pre-K students. And it will also allow us those opportunities to make sure that we are culturally responsive in our teaching throughout the building. So we're very excited about that. And without further delay, our registration will open on January 12th this year. We're opening about a month early than we have before. As Dr. D'Elia has promised, there will not be a lottery, so we will be asking parents to register as quickly as possible so we can really ensure that we have everything in place. There will be more information available on our website as we get closer. There is information on there now as well. And our tagline, I'll let Mrs. Shum, because she was the originator of this, say our tagline.
Where the Wildcat journey begins. We look forward to meeting everyone, and please don't hesitate to reach out if anyone has any questions.
That's a great tagline. Love it. Yeah. Anyone have any questions? Yeah, Ms. Meyer.
Not a question. Just want to thank you, Dr. Hender and Mrs. Shum, for your tireless work on making this vision come to fruition. I'm especially excited to see our Little Estudiantes program and how we're going to be able to integrate a taste of our dual language program and bilingual learning for our entire community. And to thank you again to the UPK committee that convened last year that really helped inform this. I know we have Mrs. Rosado in the audience, who's not only a teacher but a community member and a former pre-K teacher here in the district, and to everyone that contributed. Thank you so much. I think I speak for the entire board and cabinet. We are so excited to see this happen. I've already taken off for the first day of school next year, so I can be there to see all those little faces come through the door. So thank you.
All right, thank you. We'll take a 5-minute break between the presentations and the board agenda. Thank you.
What do you have for your stuff?
Everybody else? Okay. On to the business agenda. I'll take a motion to adopt the agenda. We have Mr. Scragg, seconded by Ms. Clark. Any questions on the agenda? All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Items E through H require one resolution for adoption. There are minutes, our claims audit report, 2 bids, and our bills. Is there a motion? Mr. Joyner, seconded by Ms. Meyer. Mr. Conway, will you go over bid number 1, which is RFP 26-06R?
Absolutely. So this item here relates to the goal of both the board itself and the superintendent, which overall is to beautify the outside of our school buildings for the community. Before you is a request to approve an RFP, which was put out to the public. BBS Landscape Architects and Engineers were the ones that had submitted to it. They met to go over the details of their proposal with the Facilities Committee a few weeks back. We interviewed them to discuss all of that. And at this point, if the board would so choose to award it to them, they broke out a cost per building, which can be done in stages as the board so chooses over the coming months or years.
Thank you, Mr. Conway. Yes, the Facilities Committee did interview BBS, who was the sole responder, but an excellent responder, and really the one that we were hoping for, as they really have a separate landscape architect unit, and we met with 2 of their principals. They did an excellent job. As you said, it's a per facility cost. Not going to be able to do all the facilities at once, but they will design the facilities as we go along, and they'll do the plantings, they'll recommend plants, they're appropriate for different times of the year, as well as any irrigation that we need. And it's largely for the frontage of each of the buildings. Any questions? Okay. And then moving on to item number 2, Mr. Conway, which is a non-recommended bid award.
Correct. This one is a request for the board to actually reject the bids received for the Stimson Mezzanine Makerspace. This request is after consultation with our architects at H2M, after they've reviewed and looked at all the bids that were submitted. There were 11 total submissions. 1 happened to be incomplete, and it's essentially before you for rejection due to pricing. The prices range from around $500,000 to $1 million, and the initial budget was $275,000 at this time a year ago. So at this point, that's where the architects had recommended we proceed with.
Yeah, this project, as Mr. Conway said, came in well over, and I think it seems the bidding process this year is tough, so we recommend the rejection of this. Any questions? Okay. All in favor on items E through H? Any opposed? Okay. Scheduled bills are listed. Next item is communications. We received an email communication from the South Huntington Teachers Association President, Mr. Morris. Did you want to address that?
Sure. So obviously you saw the communication, so there was an error with the healthcare adjustment. So in our contract, it was supposed to go up 1%. That was never done. The staff was notified that the adjustment was going to be made in 1 paycheck. We felt like that was pretty substantial for some people to absorb right before the Thanksgiving break in 1 paycheck. There's communications where we were asking for it to be divvied up amongst coming paychecks, knowing that there was going to be the healthcare premium adjustment as well for December. The numbers went out. Some of the members came back to me and said more than the half was taken out, based upon the numbers that were sent to them from payroll. Upon looking at that, we realized, yes, it was. We had communications then again about the adjustments, and we were informed that what was sent out from the payroll office was incorrect. That she actually miscalculated it, and it was a larger number. And then that was never communicated to the staff at any point. So it took, that's why we sent the letter, that we just felt it was, obviously we understand there might have been an error there, but it was kind of, I would say, off-putting for a lot of people that these numbers that they were already upset about then weren't accurate. They were never informed of what the new numbers were, even after the fact that the money was taken out from those paychecks. And then no clarification on why that was done or what the new numbers were. So that's why we sent the letter in which you guys, on the second response, well, number response to the letter, but you guys sent a response out to the staff. So it was just, again, obviously payroll at any time is important to the staff members, but especially around the holidays, for that error that has to be absorbed immediately was very off-putting to the members.
Okay, thank you. Did you want to address it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
If you don't mind, just also, understand that this was an increase, that was, extra money that shouldn't have went as per the contract, what was negotiated. It was an error. We apologize for that because we try as best as we can to be as good as we can. It's hard to be perfect. We understand that piece, but also that was money that was given in addition to the members as well. That wasn't, technically it was a gift of funds from our end, so we do have a responsibility to collect it. We understand the concern about communication. I think Mr. Smith and Mr. Conway addressed that, and we hope in the future that we don't have any more errors.
Yeah, no, we understood the right for the district to be whole in that, but it was just the fact that it was never communicated. And, in the past, as in any of those situations, when there's errors, it is something that we should be sitting and negotiating, rather than just informative, this is what's being taken out. I think, again, we understand there's errors, everyone makes errors, there's always going to be mistakes, but how we handle it, I think, just needs to be a clear line of communication moving forward. Because it took a long time before they got clarification on what those numbers were. So I think that was it. We understand it was obviously contractual, which is what we said in our letter. We understand we have the right to be whole in that, but just a matter of how we got there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and I think we have a couple more years of the increase, right? Was this year two?
That
or-
was year two, what goes up 1% a year.
For 3 more?
For 3 more years. Those are for teachers that were hired prior to 2012.
Okay, so hopefully payroll can calendar this for next year.
Make sure it's done.
Great, thank you.
July 1.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you, Mr. Morris. Moving on to new business. New business item number 1 is the revised district-wide school safety plan for 2025-2026. Has filed a public hearing. Is there a motion? Ms. LaCarra, seconded by Mr. Bronson. Mr. Smith?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Ciapetta. For the Board of Education's approval is the revised district-wide safety plan, which includes clear procedures for cardiac emergencies within our school buildings. The 30-day public comment period, which I spoke about last meeting, is now officially over, and the plan is ready for board adoption tonight.
Okay, thank you. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, moving on to item number 2, approval of a district of location agreement between South Huntington and Oyster Bay East Norwich. Motion. Ms. Clark, seconded by Mr. Scragg. Mr. Lombardo?
Thank you, Mr. Ciapetta. Tonight for the board's approval, this special education service contract between the South Huntington Union Free School District, the District of Residence, and Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District, the District of Location, is for special education services provided for South Huntington residents who are parentally placed in non-public schools within the boundaries of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District. This contract is for 1 South Huntington resident attending the Eastwood School and 2 South Huntington residents attending St. Dominic's High School during the 2025-2026 school year.
Great, thank you. Questions? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, moving on to item number 3 is approval of a stipulation agreement previously discussed in executive session. Motion, please. Mr. Scragg, seconded by Mr. Bronson. Mr. Lombardo again.
Thank you, Mr. Ciapetta. Tonight for the board's approval, the Student Services Department is seeking approval of a stipulation agreement between the South Huntington School District and the parents of a student who was unilaterally placed at Winston Prep for the 2025-2026 school year. In full settlement of the placement issue, our school district is agreeing to pay tuition and the cost of related services for the student for the 2025-26 and 2026-27 school years.
Okay, thank you. That doesn't constitute a pending placement, though, after that, correct?
Correct.
Okay. All in favor? Oh, sorry, was there a question, Ms. Meyer? No. Okay. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, moving on to item number 4. This is related to our audit presentation before, approval of the end-of-year financial statements and the corrective action plan for 2024-2025 ending fiscal year. Motion. Mr. Bronson, seconded by Ms. Clark. Mr. Conway.
Thank you, Mr. Ciapetta. I'd like to just start off by expressing my thanks to both Brendan Nelson and Nick Hennessy, both from R.S. Abrams, that were present tonight, both for tonight's meeting, as well as their time and efforts in the audit committee. That said, tonight before you for approval is the acceptance of the financial statements as well as the corrective action plans as they discussed for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 25. Sorry, that's it?
Oh, okay. You ended abruptly.
Cliffhanger, yep.
Yeah, I thought there was more coming.
Year ending 25, I apologize.
Mr. Bronson, anything you'd like to add?
Just to emphasize again that, as Mr. Nelson said, it was a clean report. So I just wanted the board to be aware of that, or re-emphasize that.
Great, thank you. All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you as well to you and the audit committee. All right, moving on to item number 5 is the approval of the 2025 general fund balance for publication. Motion. Mr. Bronson, seconded by Ms. Clark. Mr. Conway.
Okay, thank you. Now, with the approval of the financial statements, the next request here is with the board's permission to now have the district clerk publish the fund balance as required in our local paper of record, the Long Islander.
Great, thank you. Questions? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, moving on to new business item number 6. Credit extension from Bank of America for our energy performance contract. Is there a motion? Mr. Bronson, seconded by Ms. Clark. Mr. Conway, once again.
Thank you, Mr. Iapetta. Tonight for the board's approval is an extension request for the acquisition period as it related to the energy performance contract the district signed in May of 2023. Initially, that acquisition period was to end in early November 25. Due to the fact there are some punch list items and things we are discussing with the vendor, Johnson Controls, we requested an extension, which was then granted by Bank of America, to have some time to make final payment and close out this EPC project. That said, the resolution will extend the acquisition period to April 1st, 2026, which should give us the required time to get these items taken care of.
Great, thank you, Mr. Conway. Questions? All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Moving on to item 7, first of 2 budget transfers pursuant to district policy. Motion. Mr. Scragg, seconded by Ms. Clark. Mr. Conway again.
Thank you. So this first one here is essentially a reclass among salary codes. What's pretty common, and we see this throughout the year, sometimes at year end, is we may budget for a particular salary in one particular code, and then throughout the summer months, or as required, someone may shift to a different building per se. We have roughly 400 salary codes, so this is moving money from one salary code to another. No net change on salaries, just to clean up the codes where the individuals have been placed.
Thank you. Questions? All in favor? Any opposed? All right. And item 8 is second budgetary transfer. Motion. Ms. Meyer, seconded by Mr. Joyner. Mr. Conway again.
Sure. And this one here, this is a request to transfer an amount of just about $107,000 to cover some additional enhancements to the Oakwood Outdoor Learning Center.
Okay, great. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Moving on to item number 9, approval of an out-of-state field trip. Is there a motion? Ms. Clark, seconded by Mr. Bronson. Ms. Kavanaugh.
Thank you, Mr. Ciapetta. For the board's approval this evening, we have a request for an out-of-state trip for the varsity cheer team. The memo that you have informs the Board of Education that the varsity cheerleading team recently received approval for an out-of-state trip to a qualifying competition in Pennsylvania on December 7th. This was approved by Dr. D'Elia as there was an error in the timing and it occurred before this board meeting, which we do apologize for. However, this request this evening is for the board to approve the team's participation in the UCA National Championship in Orlando, Florida, which is scheduled for February 5th through the 9th, 2026, as they did successfully qualify at the recent Pennsylvania event.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Kavanaugh. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Great. And we have a second conference, also music related. Is there a motion for item number 10, approval of conference? Mr. Scragg, seconded by Mr. Bronson. Ms. Kavanaugh again.
Thank you, Mr. Ciapetta. For the board's approval also this evening is a request for Mr. Hoffman and Mr. Modeleski to attend the NAM conference in California. The NAM Foundation is a nonprofit organization dedicated to advancing music and education, and sending our educators there will allow them the opportunity to participate in vital professional development, in teaching practices, technology, and will enable them to review the latest musical equipment and inform their purchasing practices.
Okay, thank you. Questions? Yes.
It's one of the best out there. I'm really excited. This is the first time somebody from South Huntington will be attending.
Very nice. Oh, excellent. Good. We'll have them report on it. Good. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, halfway through. Moving on to item number 11. This is a real Roberts Rule item. It's a motion to take off the table item 13 from the November 12th, 2025 Board of Education meeting, which was previously tabled. It was a resolution to commence litigation. Is there a motion? Ms. Meyer, seconded by Mr. Joyner. Any questions? Discussed in executive session many times. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, with that item now taken off the, put back on the table, have a resolution for commencement of litigation against Long Island School for the Gifted. Is there a motion? Ms. Meyer, seconded by Ms. Clark. All right, this is authorizes the Board of Education to authorize Ingram and Smith, our attorneys, to commence litigation against Long Island School for the Gifted and other properties regarding a rental dispute for their rental of property over at 165 Pigeon Hill Road in Huntington Station, and the board is authorizing counsel to take all actions necessary and proper with regard to said litigation. Doesn't mean the litigation will be filed necessarily, but it does authorize the filing. We've tried to work out this matter, which involves the non-payment of rent for many months now, but we've been unable to do so. And perhaps this action will get some results. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, thank you. All right, we have a series of donations coming up. First one is from Commercial Instrumentation Services. Motion. Mr. Scraggs, seconded by Ms. Clark. Dr. D'Elia, rather.
Yes, this is a very generous donation. As I mentioned at the last board meeting, that we would have donations come in after the event. We received these prior. We haven't had a board meeting, so that's why you're seeing a series of them. But we want to thank Commercial Instrumentation Services for their very generous donation of $2,500.
Thank you, Dr. Leah. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, item 14, next donation from Renew Contracting and Restoration. Motion. Ms. LaCara, seconded by Mr. Bronson. Dr. D'Elia.
Yes, another very extremely generous donation of $2,500 from Renew for our Winter Wonderland.
Thank you. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, item 15, yet another donation, 192 Branch Interior Services. Motion. Mr. Joyner, second. Ms. Clark. Dr. D'Elia.
Yes, $2,500 again from from Branch Interior Services. We appreciate their generosity.
Okay, thank you. All in favor? Any opposed? Item 16, another donation, Advanced Door Solutions. Motion. Mr. Bronson, seconded by Mr. Scraggs. Dr. D'Elia.
Yes, this is a donation of $1,000 from Advanced Door, and we are extremely grateful for their contributions to Winter Wonderland.
All right, all in favor? Any opposed? Resolution is adopted. Item 17, another donation, a scrim backdrop from the Pasquarell family. Motion. Ms. Clark, seconded by Mr. Scraggs. Dr. D'Elia.
Yes, this is for the Board of Education to approve a donation of a scrim backdrop from the Pasquarell family. Thank you, Ms. Tyrell. For use in Walt Whitman High School Performing Arts Center. The scrim will elevate the lighting, staging, and production quality of our performing arts programs, offering students a more professional environment. Valued at $3,640.
Thank you, Ms. Tyrell. That's very generous. Thank you. All in favor? Any opposed? And item 18, we have the approval of a scholarship, the Ashley D. Bartolomeo Memorial Scholarship. Motion. Ms. Meyer, seconded by Mr. Joyner. Dr. D'Elia.
Yes, if you don't mind if I would read the letter?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. To members of the Walt Whitman High School Board of Education, I'm writing to request your approval to establish a memorial scholarship in honor of Ashley D. Bartolomeo, a beloved member of our community who tragically passed away on September 20th, 2025. Ashley was a bright and talented young woman whose passion for dance and gymnastics inspired everyone who knew her. Her dedication, creativity, and spirit of joy touched her teachers, peers, and the broader community. To honor her memory and continue her legacy, we would like to create the Ashley D. Bartolomeo Memorial Scholarship, which would be awarded annually to a student who shares Ashley's love for dance, but may not have the financial means to pursue it. This scholarship would serve as both a tribute to Ashley's vibrant life and a way to help another young dancer follow their dreams, something Ashley deeply believed in. We respectfully ask for the board's approval and support in establishing the scholarship in her memory. We would be happy to discuss details regarding criteria selection process and funding at your convenience. Thank you for considering this meaningful opportunity to celebrate Ashley's life and passion. And this came from Ashley's aunt, Samantha Terralt, Amy Regal, mom of Johnny Regal, who's Ashley's boyfriend.
Thank you, Dr. Leo. All in favor? Any opposed? We send our continued thoughts with her family. All right, we have one data and privacy agreement to approve. Is there a motion? Ms. Meyer, seconded by Mr. Joyner. Dr. Hender.
Thank you, Mr. Ciapetta. Tonight for the board's approval is a data privacy agreement with Class Act photographers, once again to assure that our student data is kept private and safe.
Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? All right, moving on to item number 20 is approval of attendance for board members and administration at a conference held by the Nassau-Suffolk School Board Association. Motion. Mr. Scraggs, seconded by Ms. LaCara. This is turning out to be a very popular one. It's a joint conference between the Nassau-Suffolk School Boards Association, the Nassau County Council of School Superintendents, and the Suffolk County Council of School Superintendents, titled Pathways to Partnerships. It's CTE and Workforce Development Resources. It's very well attended so far. There's over 200 people registered. Their speakers will be Kevin Coster from the William Floyd School District, Michael Harrington from Belmore Merrick Central High School District, and Dr. Paul Romanelli from West Islip School District. So very well attended. It's over at the Huntington Hilton, and it should be a good program. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. And last but not least, the approval of the placements. There's quite a number of them. For special education and preschool special education, dates listed September, October, November, December. Motion. Ms. Clark, seconded by Mr. Scragg. All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you. Moving on to personnel. We have personnel schedules 7, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 20, and 22. Is there a motion? Ms. Meyer, second. Mr. Scragg. Personnel schedules listed. Any questions on personnel? All right. All in favor? Any opposed? Information and reports are listed. We have a couple of personnel reports as well. There's also an invitation to Stimson Middle School's Army National Guard 42nd Infantry Division Band performance, which happened the other day. Mr. Duggan, you want to add anything on that?
Didn't realize how slow I walked. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Ciapetta. Yes, we had a really wonderful morning the other day. Yesterday, actually, Mr. Stephen Fody, who is one of our new band teachers, is part of the National Guard 42nd Infantry Division Band. He invited his band to come in and perform for our band students. And it's a way for us to really grow the music department overall. It's a really wonderful event. Thank you for all that attended. Yeah, that was really wonderful, and we are looking forward to having this as an annual event at Stimson.
Very cool. Yeah, Mr. Fody's doing a great job. Saw him at the 7th grade concert the other night, and it was terrific. So.
He's doing great. Yeah, we're so proud to have him.
Great. Yeah, great hire. Thank you, Mr. Duggan. All right, moving on to our committee updates. Our first committee report is from the Curriculum Council, and Ms. Kavanaugh will provide it from Ms. LaCara today.
Thank you, Mr. Ciapetta. So we met on October 16th, and we discussed many items. I'll give a brief overview. We discussed the elementary outdoor learning spaces and plans for how they will be utilized. Everybody is very excited about that. We also discussed some potential facilities upgrades at Stimson and how they would impact instructional practices there and possibilities for that. We also discussed the attendance updates at Stimson, where we added a new position for an attendance teacher who has been doing a lot of impactful work. And so we discussed the reduction in some of those unexcused absences that we're already seeing in just one short time of having this new person. We also discussed the Math AIS pilot at Stimson, where we're providing some push-in support for teachers in our classrooms for math, and it's going very well. We discussed summer school as well, as there was a change in some of the policies last year, which did yield some nice cost reductions for us as a district. So we discussed that.
And so on summer school, I know we made the announcement earlier this year that we would not be hosting summer school anymore. Have we determined whether we'll be still going with BOCES or whether we're going to do a different
We-
option on that?
We are awaiting an update from Western Suffolk BOCES to learn where their site will be.
Okay.
They, at this moment that I'm aware of, don't have a specific site yet, so they're still actively looking for a site. Depending on where that is, we would either participate in that. If that's not a possibility, we would have to discuss with the board an alternative plan.
Okay, thank you.
And the last piece here, we discussed, oh, nope, it wasn't the last piece. We had a lot of discussions
There's
this day.
yeah,
Oh my
there's a lot
goodness.
here.
We are busy, and it's a
Looks like a
1 hour meeting.
facilities committee,
It's a
meeting.
1 hour meeting, I promise.
Hey, is that a
Everyone
dig
can
against
attest.
facilities?
No, it isn't. The STEP program, just some changes in how students can be selected, but Ms. Hahn provided a nice update on the STEP program. We also talked about JROTC, which we're investigating as a district and working with our attorneys to get that agreement to the board for review. We discussed the possibilities of some new AP classes, which are coming straight off the press from College Board, AP Cybersecurity, AP African American Studies, and AP Business and Financial.
Those are exciting.
Those are exciting, so we did talk about them at the November Curriculum Council, but I will not share that today because this is about October. But more to come about that at our next meeting. And we discussed Superintendent's Conference Day, great success. I think we had 138 total sessions for our staff. We give a vision committee update for the portrait of a graduate and pathways to graduation. And then we discuss some upcoming topics.
Great, and I think we have a vision committee presentation at some point during the school year.
Absolutely. Our final meeting of the committee will be in May for the vision committee. So I think after that time, we would share with Curriculum Council and then certainly present to the board.
Great. Any discussions you had at council on, I know you're recapping October, on the 9-period day, or?
Actually, our January meeting will be when Stimson presents information about the 9-period day.
Great.
That along with updates to their course catalog for the 26-27 school year. Bless you.
Thank you, Ms. Kavanaugh.
You're welcome.
Great job. All right, Facilities Committee, I guess we have a couple Facilities Committee meetings. I'm gonna make it much shorter than our meetings are. We are planning for our projects for 25-26 school year. That's, well, no, actually 26-27. Oh, wow. As Ms. Kavanaugh said, one of them would be the home and career classrooms at Stimson Middle School, so we're looking at that. We're evaluating the bids that are coming in right now for projects approved last year for our television studio for Woburn High School and our turf field. And that's really mainly what we're doing. Wellness Committee, Ms. Meyer.
Thank you, Mr. Ciapetta. And just a reminder that the remit of the Wellness Committee is across social, emotional, mental, physical, and nutritional wellness. So we received an update on all of those, particularly on the second step curriculum integration. That's the social and emotional curriculum that's being implemented in the elementary schools. And as well as talk about what's happening in the upper schools, so Stimson and Whitman as well. Mr. Bausis gave us a wonderful update on all the wonderful things and programming that's happening there. Additionally, we did talk about the cardiac screening that happened at Stimson earlier this year and its great success and how we might continue to replicate programming like that as well. One of the big focuses of this discussion was looking ahead to Wellness Month, which in South Huntington we have adopted as May being National Mental Wellness Month, but we of course want to expand it here. And this year, for discussion is choosing an overarching theme for the district, where each building, of course, leans in and does excellent age-appropriate and developmentally appropriate programming. We would like to have a little bit more unification this year. So Ms. Sheila Busey is going to be running point on that, and there'll be a committee formed to start discussing what that theme might look like and how we might integrate it in each building. This will give us the opportunity to amplify and strengthen all the great work that's already happening across all of those buildings, and we will be meeting again in January.
Great, thank you, Ms. Meyer. Excellent work. All right, future meetings are listed, January 7th and January 21st. Comments by board members? Oh, all right, I have a few. Recap a couple, some of the events I've been attended recently. There was, on Saturday night was the marching band banquet. It was a great event. They just do an amazing job. It was over One Bill Dam Road. Marching Band Parent Association is just tremendous, the work they do and the attention to detail. I mean, they had beautiful programs and yearbooks for the students, and the students really had a great time. That same night, a lot going on that same night, our Woburn High School boys basketball team participated in the night 2 of a tournament over at Kings Park High School, and they won the tournament, so we congratulate them. They're off to a great start for the school year. Earlier today, Dr. D'Elia, myself, and Cabinet, as well as Mr. Duggan and others, surprised the new South Huntington Teacher of the Year, which for the second consecutive year is over at Stimson Middle School. It's special education teacher Justin Gravina. Congratulations, Mr. Gravina. And final item was, a week ago, Dr. D'Elia and I had lunch with Assemblyman Stephen Stern. We discussed some pressing issues before the district. Really, there were mainly focuses on two areas. The first was with respect to pre-K funding, which is timely given today's presentation. We communicated to Mr. Stern that the district is being shortchanged on pre-K funding, which hasn't moved in quite a number of years. And we compared ourselves to similarly situated districts, such as Bayshore School District, which is getting nearly 4,000 more per student than we are, and so we would like to get that same money as well. And we also see that same disparity with respect to state aid as well. And the second item we communicated to Mr. Stern was the district's strong and vociferous opposition to the fact that the State Assembly and Senate seem to be taking up again the Project Labor Agreement bill that did not pass last year. It seems that it has momentum again, so last year we helped advocate for it to fail, and we're going to do the same this year. We conveyed our concerns to Mr. Stern that pricing for capital projects is up already, and if this passes, it'll go up even more. The Project Labor Agreement bill also requires the hiring of a clerk of the works, not necessarily one at the district's choice. So we think that this is a profoundly bad bill and should be defeated, and we'll use our resources to do so. Dr. D'Elia.
Yes. Real quickly, as you noticed all those donations, we did have a wonderful Winter Wonderland celebration, and it was very well attended, and I know Mother Nature didn't cooperate. If you notice, I didn't make a prediction for that day. But yes, we did a great job. The custodians were phenomenal. The maintenance workers, making sure every event that was held in the past outside was able to take place inside. And so, thank you to everybody. Great event. I'm in the process, I've been getting a few emails. I'm in the process of setting up the annual Yankee Met game, which will take place the weekend of May 15th. We haven't picked a date yet. I'm just hoping the Mets do have some players available for that.
You've been
weekend.
waiting all meeting to get that in.
I'm hoping, because I do want to see the Yankees play. But we shall see.
I haven't seen any moves by the Yankees yet. But your owner said they're poor, so.
They are. Also, one last thing, just to echo, the winter concerts have been phenomenal. I wasn't at the one Monday, but I heard they were spectacular. So the ones I've attended have been tremendous, and we look forward next week to the high school concerts. So, and that's my report.
Thank you, Dr. Lee, and great job on the Winter Wonderland. I mean, it really required a lot of change at the last minute, and it was still very successful to move everything indoors to. It was last minute, a lot of quick thinking, and great job by you as well as our facility staff too.
And also want to reach out, Dr. Murphy, Mr. Duggan, they were there at the crack of dawn and making sure everything got put into place. So thank you to all of them as well.
Yeah, great. It was excellent. Moving the ice rink indoors, the food trucks, and even still had the animals. Though the miniature horse, he was very cold from the rain. So yeah.
I was concerned about that at first, but obviously the people that run the company know a lot more about animals than I do, and they said, no, they're fine. They live out there all the time.
I don't know. He didn't enjoy it.
They put him under the awning.
Yeah, he came under the awning, yeah. All right, other comments? Ms. Maliotis, Lucy.
In case you didn't know that concert season is happening, let me just touch on it one more time. Concerts are currently taking place, so come and support all the music making that is happening throughout the district. Whitman's concerts being Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week, along with Silas being Tuesday. And this week, Stimson had their 8th grade concert on Monday, which I actually had the chance to perform in with a bunch of the chorus alumni. Mr. Rovolino invited his seniors and the sophomores that are in Whitman now, and we all got the chance to perform Carol of the Bells, one that we did when I was there, so that was a really fun opportunity. And their 7th grade concert is actually tonight. South Huntington has been participating in the Hour of AI initiative, running from December 8th to December 12th. This exciting program highlights the innovative use of artificial intelligence across all grade levels. Whitman students volunteers will visit K through 5 classrooms to support hands-on AI activities, while students in grades 6 through 12 will explore creative AI tools such as generating stories or composing music. Parent-teaching conferences are happening throughout this month, as well with Birchwood and Maplewood conferences yesterday, and Oakwood, Countrywood, and Whitman having theirs tomorrow night. Countrywood is hosting their holiday spectacular, different games and stations for all the kids. Parents are a part of it as well. 6:30 to 8 this Friday, a lovely way to get the students into the holiday spirit and give them a night of fun. And Oakwood will be hosting their Winter Wonderland celebration Thursday the 18th. Walt Whitman's Collective Recording Studio was interviewed by News 12 to share the story of the new recording studio and how impactful songwriting is for students. As a member of the collective, I love seeing the studio get the recognition it deserves, especially Mr. Monty, who has put in so much effort into making the studio a welcoming place for students.
It looks beautiful.
Yes. Oh yeah, it is so nice back there. It's just such a great vibe. Ambiance, it's nice. Further into the future, which I feel isn't that far because 2026 is going to be here faster than I know it. Further into the future, Whitman is having their event Whitman Today, January 8th and 9th, inviting 8th grade parents to come and do a walkthrough of classes to get a visual of Whitman and see what it offers for their children. And Walt Whitman High School has their Regents Week from January 20th to January 23rd, so no regular classes will be in session those days to take any Regents or midterms. And I just want to say one congratulations to the varsity cheerleaders for earning first place in their competition and heading their way to Florida. I have a lot of friends on the team, so I'm very happy and excited to see how much they do throughout the season.
Thank you.
Yes.
And any announcement on the musical yet?
Yeah, I wish I could tell you. I really do wish I could tell you, but next meeting, I'll tell you.
Good answer. Excellent. Voice of the residents. All right, I will take a motion to go into executive session to discuss matters of personnel, litigation, and student matters as well. You got a lot of stuff. Mr. Scraggs, seconded by Ms. Clark. All in favor? Any opposed? Everyone, I wish you a happy new year, a healthy new year, a Merry Christmas, and a happy Hanukkah. Be well. See you in January.